What's going on, YouTube? It's Alex, Water Wellness, back with another video. As you can tell, I don't have a headset on anymore. I'm looking like a goofball. I actually invested my money into a nice blue Yeti microphone, so hopefully it sounds and looks a little bit more professional. This video is gonna be about my overdose. I've only had one overdose, one too many, obviously, and I'm grateful to be alive from it. In the last video, I spoke about how I was living in Florida and I was using Percocets and cocaine and my benzos, and me and my ex-girlfriend took a trip up to Massachusetts for Christmas vacation. And during this Christmas vacation, the whole time in my head on the drive up, I knew that I was going to get in contact with someone for Percocets, because I was full-blown addicted at that point. I was taking them every day, just lost in the sauce at that point. When we finally make it up to Massachusetts for Christmas vacation, I don't even think I was home for 24 hours before I made the call to a person I know or knew who could get him or had him. When I made that phone call, I was told to come pick that person up and we'll go get the product. But when I picked that person up, they had already had a bag of heroin on them. I was told heroin's much cheaper. Just try this. It's cheaper, it's better, it's stronger. You'll like it way more. We don't even need to go pick up those perks. Like, take this, we'll be good. So he puts his card into the bag. He pulls out a bump and he puts it up to my nose. Now, he didn't put a gun up to my head and say, take this or you're dead. That didn't happen. He put up a card, a debit card with fentanyl, heroin on the side of it, and put it up to my nose, and I chose to sniff it. I made the decision with every intention in my mind, knowing what I was doing. And about 15 minutes later, 20 minutes later, I started to get real fatigued, drowsy, starting to nod off, just nodding off. At the same time, I can feel my lungs closing in. I can feel them collapsing in. Like they literally felt like they were just getting pushed up against each other. I could not breathe. But I'm nodding off. So I'm sitting there nodding off, worried about me not being able to breathe. But at the same time, I'm so jammed up that I don't care, really. Like, I care, but I don't care. And I'm driving. I'm driving at this time. I was behind the wheel. So I decided that I was going to go park the car at a Walgreens. So I parked the car at the Walgreens. I get out of the car and I start throwing up. And when I say throwing up, I'm talking about a scene out of The Exorcist, like a fire hydrant. It was unreal, unbelievable. My body was trying to get that out so bad. So we're in front of a Walgreens, and I'm thinking I'm overdosing. In my mind, I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm overdosing. Like, you know, I can't breathe. I'm puking up like I'm in the Exorcist movie. There's a Walgreens right here. I'm going to go get some Narcan. I'm going to go get some Narcan so I can, you know, stay alive. I walk up to that Walgreens desk. I must have looked like a zombie. They probably thought that there was a zombie apocalypse happening. I was probably so white, puke, and I had red Gatorade, so it was all red. So I probably have like just red on my soul patch here, and just coming in all messed. I probably look like a zombie. So I go on top of the counter, hold myself up, and I ask for Narcan. I say, I'm overdosing. I need some Narcan, please. And the lady looks at me and says, that'll be $120. And at the time, $120, if I had $120, that $120 was going to food and drugs. That's it. So when she told me that it was going to be $120 to save my life, I accepted that. that I was gonna die. I accepted the fact that it was done. Like I was just gonna like in a matter of minutes, I was just gonna completely probably pass out, lose all consciousness, and die. For some reason, I decided to call my family member who I knew who would probably have Narcan. And he had it. He had 2 of them. We get over to my family member's place who had the Narcan. And the person I was with put the Narcan up my nose, pressed, and immediately I started to feel relieved. Obviously, I felt very, very weird and very odd. Like my body was shaking and just a weird reaction. All the opiates getting ripped out of my receptors all at once. If it wasn't for that Narcan, I don't know where I'd be right now. I don't know what would have happened. But you would have thought that after that overdose, that would have been the end for me. I would have decided to quit and stop, but I didn't. I kept using and using and using and using. Like I said, I finally woke up one morning. I reached out to the VA and I got my help. And I'm still getting that help today. And I will continue to get that help every day until the day I die. But I was able to crawl out of that dark hole. I was able to crawl out of that darkness. And whoever's watching this video, if you're an addict and you want to get sober and you want to be in recovery, you can do it. Anyone can do it. You can do whatever you put your mind to. And I'm not trying to be corny. I'm not trying to be cliche. I'm being legit. I'm being honest. I'm being factual. If you put your mind to whatever you want to do, you can do it. So if you want to get sober and you want to be clean, you can do it. And it'll happen. And it's honestly the best feeling in the world. It literally is. And I can say that with a huge smile on my face because it feels really good. So that's really it for this one. There's so much more videos, so much more content to come. I'm just trying to get my story out there to start it off with, to reach a little audience and try to get a family going of veterans and of addicts and addicts in recovery and all of it. I hope the video quality is much better than the last one. I accidentally rendered it in 720p, so that's my fault. This one will be 1080p along with all the other videos, and I really, really, really hope the audio quality sounds much better than what the headset was, and I hope it looks better than what the headset looked like I was a telemarketer or something. I know the background is a little bland. I understand that. I'm moving in like 2 months, so there's not much I can really do about that. I could get like a backdrop or something, but this is going to be the setting for right now until I get a different setting. But I appreciate everybody who took the time to watch. Thank you so much, and I will check you out on the next video. See ya.